Hello, this is High Templar with a new episode of my Total War Warhammer Mechanics videos, and today we'll be talking about the range attacks. I do apologize for my voice, I am quite ill, but I still want to make that video because I heard lots of misconceptions on the internet about how it really works, what is the mechanics of it. So firstly, the basics. There are 5 main stats for the range attacks, and 3 of them we can see here. It's ammo, range, and missile damage here. So, missile damage is how much the damage is being dealt, basically, but there is also reload time. So, we will lose 1 ammo per 9.9 seconds if all our men are capable of shooting. If not all of them are capable of shooting, we will actually lose less than 1 ammo per 1 shot, because that's 22 bolts per man, right? The range is also quite obvious, but the guys will be more accurate at the shorter ranges, and this is something very important and something you have to remember. The hidden stats for each unit is reloading skill and accuracy, and both of those stats will increase with the rank of the unit. So they will be shooting more, they will have as much ammo, but they will be doing more damage per second, per 10 seconds in this case, and they will be more accurate. And this is very important. Especially with the elves, who are amazingly accurate archers. You will not see that much in the actual game, because accuracy in most cases is not making that much of a difference, and I wanted to talk in this video when it does make a difference. So we will be fighting some Empire halberds at the very beginning, and those guys will take a shot at precisely 108, and the first volley, not of all the bolts actually hit the unit. First volley got the health of this unit down from 7440 to 6314, so that's more than 1100 health lost. And we will see this unit without shields are dropping like crazy, very fast. Now, if you want to see the shields video, I've made separate video about the angles. I've made separate video for the range units about the height of the unit and how the height in the battlefield affects the damage. But this one is for the basics, for the accuracy and for the reloading time. So, getting back to the fight, those guys died in 1 minute, and that was all it took. But there is a spell that can affect the accuracy, and let's see how it works. So this is a curse, this is a very powerful curse that is decreasing the speed of a unit, which would be especially amazing against those horse archers, and also decreasing the accuracy of the unit by quite amazing 60%. That's like going from 100 to 40. That's twice less. So let's have a similar look here. Spell is being casted. And those guys are firing at 124, hitting the same formation halberds at the same distance. They are also moving at the very beginning, and then they are stopping. So what's the difference in health damage? Well, as you can see, not much. Yes, it is different by 130, but that's not 60%. You would expect a more of effect. And why it's not working? Well, mostly because if this guy is aiming for this guy and he doesn't hit, he will probably hit this one or this one. Only those guys, you can see the bolts here, actually missed anyone. There is barely any bolt in between those men because of the tight formation, and some units have even tighter formation. And this is something very important, especially for example dwarves do tend to have very tight formations. So let's have a look. As you can see, this unit lasted like 20 more seconds in the fire, but after 40 seconds the spell has dissipated and those guys will start to take heavy casualties right now. Yeah. Also we have to remember that accuracy is even more important the less units are there still in the less men still is in the unit, because there is more gaps in between. So how will accuracy... So this spell is obviously garbage, right? It does absolutely nothing. Well, maybe not. There are some different cases when those guys' accuracy will be more important. And one would be gore unit, although that will not be a huge difference because the archers, the crossbowmen, are not that accurate to begin with. So those guys stopped. And at 118 they will be releasing. 117. Now, mind you, the same unit has less armor, but they only took 800 damage about, right? That is significantly less than the halberds, and that is because of the loose formation. You can see arrows in between those guys everywhere here. Even with the lower armor, they are getting less damage. Unfortunately, it will not play a very huge part later on. 17, because the halberd stayed in a fight for quite long, even when there was very few men left inside the unit, and that made huge gaps, and that made accuracy even more important. Those guys will run away pretty fast. And with the attack starting at 117, after 40 seconds, right now after 40 seconds of the attack we are down to 4200, right, health, and now those guys are running away. Okay, so how about we cast this spell, accuracy on the crossbow? So how will it work? Will it be more powerful in those guys? We shall see. So same story, as you can see, battle is not lasting for much longer than before. And at 112 those guys are hitting the gore unit, and the first salva did pretty much, actually more damage than without it. And this might seem pretty random, but actually it is showing you that the accuracy is not affecting the results that much, because the more the distance between those guys paid more of a difference in this particular case. However, when we will go into 32, which is after exactly 40 seconds the spell has stopped working, it's actually 4500, so slightly more health. Again, not something that would be a game changer, quite obviously. But even though those guys were closer, even though those guys got hit by the first volley pretty hard, it was still slightly less damage. Obviously, I wouldn't say this spell is worth using in this situation. Absolutely not. Especially against unit like Gors. So when it will make a difference? Well, let's have a look at the control group hitting Karl Franz without any spells. Fortunately, Empire has Amber Wizard with same spells, so let's have a look. Those guys are releasing their first volley at 310, and the Karl Franz will be taking some damage. So he got how much? He got 100 damage. 100, that's not a lot, obviously. And you will say, yeah, those guys are not armor piercing. Well, not really. I mean, this is only 100 damage, that's not a lot. And the reason for that is lying in the snow here. Those guys missed, and they missed a lot. And in 330, so after about 50 seconds of the attack, sorry, that's 7 more seconds. Yeah. This is how long the spell would work. 230. Karl Franz is at 4130 health. And obviously those guys will run out of ammo soon, and they will run away. Not being able to kill Karl Franz at this distance. Mind you, the distance is very important here. Leaving Karl Franz at 1140 health. 1130. Right? So how will the spell affect this particular case? Mind you, you will have some other archers trying to get your flying lords. This is a typical situation that is happening all the time in the multiplayer battles. So those guys getting hit by a spell and firing at 306, 4 seconds later. And Karl Franz is being hit by the first volley. Now mind you, he is getting only 50 damage on the first volley. That is twice less than in previous attack. Twice less. And if we go with the timer all the way to 27, sorry, I said 27, he is at 4,361 health. That is 230 more than in previous battle. So there is a huge difference this time. Although those guys are not dealing that much damage, you can imagine that if there are more of those guys, they will be doing a lot of damage. And this spell is actually affecting all the units inside quite a big area. So in this case, it might be worth to save your general. And that is very, very useful thing to do, right? Now, those guys, after we will cast this spell once more, because it has quite a cooldown, unfortunately, 70 seconds if memory serves me well. And this is another one. So 2 spells got Karl Franz to 2664 that is 300, that is more than 700 health more than in previous example. Now this is 700 health more per single unit of crossbows, right? It would be easily 2800, 2400, 3200, the more units there are, right? So let's test it against something more powerful, and this is handgunners. Carfrans really don't like handgunners, right? Now, handgunners do a lot more armor piercing damage, but how much more? Carfrans has 95 armor, handgunners do 18 damage, out of which 16 is armor piercing. So they should be dealing 4 times more damage, about, or less than 4 actually, if every non-armor piercing damage from the crossbows was blocked, which will obviously not be the case. That was first salva at 158, and it took Carfrans down by 500 health, 520. That's quite a lot. And in 40 seconds, which would be around 15, Carfrans is at 3100, right? 3100 health. He obviously don't want to be staying in this fire for very long. And he's gone. How the spell would affect that? So, handgunners versus Carfrans. Again, we'll have to wait for those guys to stop and fire. And this will be at 226. Carfrans got the entire salva. 520 last time. This time, a lot less. Significantly less damage is being dealt to Carfrans. 300 instead of 530 or 20. Again, even though the handgunners are very accurate, and by the time the spell dissipates, this guy, I actually stopped one salva short, so it was 3100 before, 3100, and this would be, let's load this test again quickly to see. Handguns versus Carfrans. Very quickly. I do have SSD, so we won't have to see the loading screen for a very long time. Again, fast forward until the spell dissipates. And now, after 40 seconds, Carfrans is at 3,300, 3,400 almost. So there is a significant difference between the attacks on those handgunners attacking Carfrans under the effect of the spell. Especially the first salva showed that the damage can be reduced by 30 or 40% by this spell alone. It will be a lot less effective if shot from the short distance though. So you have to remember that. Now, that's not the only thing that will work in this particular condition, because the accuracy is not only affected by the spells. The accuracy is also affected by unit ranks. So I wanted to show you something here. We will be targeting a very small target. This is Brave Shaman of the Beast, but he will not be casting any spells this time. So, yeah. Those guys should be stopping anytime. Now, really. So first salva. Barely any damage really from this distance. Those guys are not very accurate. But still 150 more than the car fronts did from the archers, right? Another salva and another. That didn't last for a very long time. Now let's test silver bullets against the Brave Shaman. Silver bullets, I want to show you their stats so you understand what are they really. So they do 24 armor piercing damage right now, right? But if you add their armor piercing missile to non-armor piercing missile, you will go up to 21, not 24. So where's 24 from? Where the reload time, because the reloading skill is so good, they went with the reloading time down by almost 10%, right? So this is what you are seeing right here. The armor piercing damage of 18, the missile damage of 3 is actually the missile damage. The 24 is damage per 10 seconds. So that's a difference. That's something you have to remember. The other thing, so high ranked units will shoot your ammo faster. Faster. Not significantly faster, but faster. Now, against Brave Shaman of the Beast, those guys are starting to position themselves. No. Oh, I showed you the wrong clip. But let's have a look here. Those guys will shoot right now. Their entire salva into the Brave Shaman. As you can see, that's quite a lot of damage, even with a spell. That's from 3800 to 3100. Now mind you, those guys are firing with the same bullets. I mean, not exactly same, but very similar bullets to the guy with almost no armor. And that was single salva, so 21 damage instead of, if memory serves me well, that was 18 in the normal handgunners, right? So they should be dealing only slightly more damage, but they are doing a lot more damage. And this is because of the accuracy of this unit. This unit is uniquely capable of taking out lords on horses, on, normal standing lords, way better than your normal handgunners. This is something you have to remember, really. And this guy will go down very, very fast indeed. How will it go against silver bullets without a spell? Spotted. Those guys are preparing to shoot. And made the salva. Come on, stop it already. It's enough really. Yeah, he got what he deserved. Now, as you can see, the difference in health, yeah, it's 200 health, I know. It's more. The spell reduced the damage to the Brave Shaman, but it did not reduce it as much as in previous examples. That's because those guys are extremely accurate. Right? There is no physical resistance on this guy. His missile resistance 15, but that works with every troop. This is what he's getting hit so much. Even with the spell, without the spell, it's pretty much devastating in single salva. Is because how accurate are those guys with several chevrons. And this is something to be remembered if you are fighting any other guy in the battlefield. You might want to invest in the chevrons for a single handgunner unit. Silver bullets are the best. But if you can invest few chevrons in the handgunner unit, this unit will be very, very good against targets like that. And your enemy will not know because there will be no silver bullets. Although not actually that many people understand how accuracy works and how silver bullets works. So yeah, this guy is going down in 3 salvas. Now, finally, I wanted to show you 2 more replays. And so one will be here. When would be accuracy very useful? You've seen my video when I was making a cannon versus Cygor. And that was almost instantaneous death. That was pretty much no contest whatsoever. Now we have here 3 Brave Shamans casting continuously some accuracy spells. Obviously, this is not something I would do in a battle. This guy overcasted. This is not something I would do in a battle. Not at all. This is just to test and to show you the possibilities that you are being given with this spell. So I have 2 Cygors. This match would be over in 1 minute. If those Brave Shamans wouldn't be here, they would hit them and those cannons would destroy one of them. And those guys will be pretty much staggered all the time. Now they are being fired upon. This guy is staggered. But now the bullets are going over him. And he will be shooting even though there is 3 cannons firing at him. And this is very, very long battle. But as you see, most of the firepower is directed against Cygors, and they are absolutely wrecking those cannons. Now there was a slight brief intersection between the spells, and this guy got hit. And there will be more intersections like that because I'm running out of mana, but one of the cannons is already gone. Yes, they are hitting. Now they are actually pursuing the crew that ran away. I should have moved them against other cannon. So this makes cannon a lot easier job, but still, it won't be enough. It will not be enough to take out those Cygors. Those Cygors are absolutely destroying the cannons because the cannons cannot hit the Cygors properly. And this is the power of accuracy. And this is pretty much it. I hope you like it. I did not make this video testing the elves because for elves the no lords is not working, so I could not. The lords keep interfering with the test, so I could not. So that's the reason. But the accuracy works on them in the same way as for other units, and for better testing I will have to find a partner to really see how it's working, although not many people actually use it, so I'm not sure if that's necessary. So yeah, this is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. I'm doing mechanics videos, DLC analysis and speculation videos, mod reviews, but I also do replays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.